When Meghan introduced baby Archie to the world, her choice of dress hid an important message. 2 days after welcoming their first son into the world, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle rounded the corner to enter St. George's Hall at Windsor Castle. The new father cradled their baby, Archie Harrison Mountbatten-Windsor, and his wife placed a supportive hand on his back. They beamed at one another as they walked. Introducing their new baby to the press is part of any royal family member's duties, and so both Meghan and Harry happily shared the details of their new life as parents with the world. Only 2 days into life with Archie, his mum declared, "He's just been the dream, so it's been a special couple of days." Still, some people who watched Prince Harry and Meghan present their newborn son focused more on what the new mum wore than what she had to say. And that was because her classic cream-coloured trench dress had more than a few messages to send to the public. And many people lauded the supposed statement the Duchess made. Just after Meghan Markle walked down the aisle on May 19, 2018, she and her groom Prince Harry started to pave their own path away from his family's storied tradition. The pair, for instance, marked their nuptials with the ceremonial exchanging of rings. This is something that Harry's older brother, father and grandfather have all declined to do. From there, Meghan has only continued to take unique strides under her new title, the Duchess of Sussex. For starters, her biography on the website for the British monarchy shares one of her personal quotations from a United Nations gathering in 2015. "I am proud to be a woman and a feminist," she said. The inclusion of this statement made Meghan the first royal to be officially labelled as a feminist on the site. One major way that Meghan continues to express herself is through her fashion choices. In spite of her royal standing, her makeup artist and friend Daniel Martin revealed on a CBS News segment that the Duchess decides on her own ensembles. "She's always had such an innate sense of her own style," he said. That became especially clear once Meghan and Harry announced they would be having their first baby. Throughout her pregnancy, Meghan began to dabble in maternity fashion, and she turned heads with her daring choices. Indeed, many of these went against the protocol that guides what royal women should wear with a baby bump. One example of Meghan's rule-bending fashion came on International Women's Day in 2019, when she stepped out in an eye-catching black and white dress by Rise. It wasn't the dress's pattern that caught a sensation though. In fact, it was the garment length that was noted, because it didn't reach past the Duchess's knee. It's said that Queen Elizabeth II sets out these fashion rules based on her own standards and sense of formality. But on her March 8th outing, Meghan opted to break 2 of these unwritten rules. She wore an above-the-knee dress, and she didn't pair it with pantyhose to cover up her legs. The Duchess also made waves on January 2019 outing with Prince Harry to catch a Cirque du Soleil show. Many thought she wore her stunning Roland Moret gown as a nod to her husband's mother, the late Princess Diana. She, too, made headlines with her attire as a member of the royal family. Meghan's look, however, contained even more rule-bending features than even those for which Diana was known. For one thing, she sported a dark polish on her toes, yet the Queen supposedly prefers women in the family to wear lighter shades. The same goes for lipstick. But the Duchess also rocked a plum-like shape on her lips. Similarly, Meghan also surprised guests at the Fashion Awards in London on December 10, 2018. Here, the Duchess appeared on stage to bestow the British Designer of the Year in Women's Wear award upon Claire Waite-Keller of the fashion house Givenchy. Waite-Keller, in fact, had previously designed Meghan's wedding dress. Following her appearance at the Fashion Awards, the cut of Meghan's stunning Givenchy gown garnered particular attention. Indeed, the modern one-shouldered design is not something expected on a member of the royal family. To that end, the Duchess once again painted her nails a dark hue. And so, even at the Fashion Awards, her inky polish caused a stir because it so boldly broke from tradition. Even the way Meghan embraced her changing body could be considered a breach of royal protocol. In January 2019, for instance, she donned a budget-friendly H&M dress on a visit to Mayhew. This is an animal-centric charitable organisation that's one of the causes Meghan champions as the Duchess of Sussex. But it wasn't the price tag on Meghan's H&M frock that got them talking on that visit. Instead, the mum-to-be made a point of wearing a tight-fitting frock that showed off her pregnant belly. Once again, royal tradition dictates that mums-to-be wear looser attire rather than garments that cling to their bumps. To some, the fact that Meghan made rule-bending as part of her pregnancy style spoke volumes about who she is. "It's proof that she's writing her own rules," wrote Caitlin McBride for the Irish Independent, "and it's clear that she has no intention of stalling her convention-defying decisions anytime soon." Elizabeth Sherman of the fashion website Man Repeller seems to agree with this sentiment. "I read these breaks with tradition as a subtle comment from Markle that she's determined to retain at least a trace of her individuality as she adjusts to her new role," Sherman wrote. Royal protocol may bar her from speaking openly about political issues, but not from taking liberties with long-established dress codes. Meghan lives in a world that functions entirely on a set of archaic and exhaustive rules, where appearance arguably matters more than reality, Sherman went on in her piece. "It makes sense that she would manipulate that obsession with image in order to fashion a distinct identity within the British monarchy." Of course, Meghan's reign as maternity-style icon came to an end with the birth of her and Prince Harry's first child, Archie Harrison Mountbatten-Windsor. Came into the world on March 6, 2019, with his dad sharing the news in a statement. "We're both absolutely thrilled and so grateful to all the love and support from everybody out there," he said. "It's been amazing." True to form, Meghan and Harry didn't follow the footsteps of his brother and his wife Prince Philip and Kate Middleton. Nor did he replicate the actions of his parents Prince Charles and Princess Diana. Both of these couples debuted their newborns just outside of the Lindo Wing, the maternity ward of St Mary's Hospital in London. Instead, Meghan and Harry decided they would first enjoy the birth of their child in private. But after a few days, the new parents would make an appearance to introduce Archie to the world. But rather than stepping out of the Lindo Wing, they intended to greet the press in Windsor Castle, close to their home at Frogmore Cottage. On May 8, 2019, Meghan and Harry stepped out to share a glimpse of their newborn son with the public. From the richly decorated St George Hall at Windsor Castle, the beaming new parents show off Archie and spoke about their life as a family. "It's magic. It's pretty amazing," Meghan said. "I have the two best guys in the world, so I'm really happy." And yet her new mum bliss wasn't the only sentiment that Meghan conveyed that day. Once again, the Duchess's choice of clothing for the event sparked quite a bit of conversation. But this time none of it had to do with any breaches in protocol. Instead, people theorised that Meghan wanted to send a few messages with her look. First off, Meghan's appearance struck a chord with women around the world, many of whom had children of their own. To them, her cream-coloured belted dress designed by Grace Wales Bonner carried a certain implication. The Duchess seemed to be showing off her post-baby body regardless of any supposed imperfections. "I don't care about the royal families, but I do care about the history of pregnancy and reproduction," one person wrote on Twitter. "Especially our cultural obsession with postnatal bodies. So I love that Meghan Markle chose the outfit that shows off her post-baby bump." Concluding, this person added the hashtag #NormalizeIt to the end of their tweet. The Duchess's look even delighted non-mums. "I know nothing about being pregnant, but I enjoy the fact that Meghan Markle is showing off her post-baby bump so prominently with that belted dress," tweeted another person. "It feels like she's sending a really nice body-positive message to new mums everywhere with this choice." Indeed, most women gain about 30 to 40 pounds while pregnant. And just after delivering, they're only lighter by the weight of their newborn, as well as the placenta and blood loss too. As one Dr. Prudence Hall suggested to Today, Meghan had likely only lost around 50% of her pregnancy weight by the time she stepped out in this dress. For that reason, Meghan's fashion sensibility has struck a chord with those concerned with women's bodies postpartum. This is how 99% of women look after birth, and she is really normalising it. Another person wrote on Twitter, "She looks amazing and is absolutely glowing." Power to her and all new mothers. Elsewhere, Meghan's choice of a sleeveless dress has had some wondering if that feature has a point to make too. This seems especially possible, considering the weather at the time she and Prince Harry presented Archie to the world. After all, on a rainy day with a high of around 61 degrees, most would avoid wearing a sleeveless garment. However, Dr. Sarah Jarvis told Fabulous Digital that Meghan could be experiencing mum sweats, a common side effect of childbirth, Jarvis said. After you have your baby, it's not uncommon to sweat more than usual, especially at night. These changes come down to the shifts in hormones that occur both during and after pregnancy. According to research by the University of Pennsylvania School of Medicine, a whopping 81% of women experience hot flashes during pregnancy. And once the baby comes, things don't by any means even out straight away. Instead, hormones continue to fluctuate and a woman's temperature spikes as breast milk arrives. Your hormones go through a pretty dramatic swing after pregnancy, Jarvis went on to say. As such, most mums will experience sweating for about a week. Yet nighttime perspiration can last for more than a month as their bodies adjust. Although Meghan's sleeveless dress may have indicated a rising body temperature, there's no confirmation of this. Finally, some believe that Meghan's dress made a social statement too. Vogue's Janelle Aquando wrote that the sleek, classic design of the Duchess's chosen garment matched with her typical style. But Aquando further hypothesized that Meghan had more in mind than just the look of her minimalist frock. Aquando suggested that Meghan might have wanted to highlight Grace Wales Bonner, the designer who created the garment. After all, the 28-year-old and up-and-coming fashion powerhouse has a similar background to the Duchess, who came from mixed heritage. Indeed, Wales Bonner has a British mother and a father from Jamaica. According to Aquando, Meghan's choice to wear Wales Bonner has a lot of significance for designers of colour. For the Duchess to champion the work of a young Briton of mixed heritage, one who is leading a new wave of black and brown British creatives, speaks volumes. Once again, Aquando's take was just speculation, but another of Meghan's post-baby decisions led others to theorise that the Duchess wanted to use her platform to uplift women from a background similar to her own. Writing for O, the Oprah magazine, Jonathan Borg analysed Meghan's Mother's Day post on Sunday, May 12. On Prince Harry and Meghan's official Instagram, the pair shared a photo of their young son Archie's feet in celebration of the holiday. They captioned the photo, "Paying tribute to all mothers today, past, present, mothers-to-be, and those lost but forever remembered." But the caption didn't end there though. The post concluded with a snippet of a poem by Nariya Waheed. According to Borg, the inclusion of Waheed continues the theme that the Duchess started by wearing Wales Bonner's design. Markle has once again used her platform and royal status to amplify the work of brilliant black creators on a global scale, he wrote. Now, all eyes will be on Meghan as she transitions from royal mum-to-be to new mum. Chances are she'll only continue to use her wardrobe as a way to showcase creative women and their backgrounds. And as Aquando wrote for Vogue, there'll be more fashion-forward clothes on the royal horizon. And although Meghan has made waves by breaking the Queen's protocol with her fashion choices, she has no royal requirement for returning to work post-baby. So the Duchess can take as much time as she wants to recover before returning to the spotlight. Then she will presumably be ready to wow the public with her smart sense of style once again. Share and subscribe to 24 Hour Star News channel. Thank you for watching.